Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading for October 2024. Where do I begin? So first of all, I'll let you know that there is a new moon solar eclipse in Libra on the 2nd of October, and Pluto goes direct in Capricorn on the 12th of October as well. Eclipse season, it does bring about big changes, so you may want to check because the first part of the eclipse season was the lunar eclipse in Pisces, which was the 18th of September. So it's like a 30, I think they say a 35-day process, and then the effects after an eclipse can continue on for 6 months, like it plays out over 6 months. I think it's 6 months. It's either 6 weeks or 6 months and a half. Can't remember which one it is. I feel like it's 6 months, but I could be wrong. What else was I going to say now? I feel quite drained. I'm like just starting your reading. I mean, I've done 2 readings before you, but I suddenly feel very drained. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's something you're experiencing, like fatigued. Yeah, I was going to say check. You may want to check where those events are happening in your birth chart. So new moon solar eclipse in Libra, 2nd of October, Pluto direct in Capricorn on the 12th of October. In your meditation, all I saw was a bowl of water. Nothing happened, literally just a bowl of water. I kept on asking, anything else, anything else, anything else, and I just kept seeing this bowl of water doing nothing. So I think there's a few things I get from that. I mean, obviously, make your own interpretation, that's fine. But I take it as, well, first of all, excuse me, I don't know, my throat's going dry. There's a need to be still. There's a need for you to be still to gain some sort of awareness or understanding of something. I've been told this. I don't even know if I've tried it before, and I know it's like should you really even be suggesting something you haven't tried yet? Well, I think I have kind of tried it, but not properly. I don't know if you've heard of scrying by just using a bowl of water, where you just look into the water, and it's almost like a form of meditation, isn't it? And divination, where you see whatever messages come up for you. So you may want to try that. If not that, then I mean, you're a water sign, so you naturally, like, in theory, you naturally have a connection to water. You may find if you're trying to get a sense of peace or figure something out, that like being around water may help. So, you know, whether it's a bath, a shower, going by a lake or river or pond or something, that might be helpful to you this month. So yeah, we're going to get your messages. We're going to start off with a message from the Sacred Destiny Oracle first of all. What do we need to know for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising for October 2024? And interestingly, the card that's on the bottom of the deck is the depths of the sea. So you might need to look into the depths of your emotions as well. So what do we need to know for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising for October? I'm sitting a mile away from the table for some strange reason. Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. Right, you've got thriving, which is good. Of course you're going to want thriving. Look on the bottom of the deck again. You've got the adventures card with water there again. So that water could be really significant. So thriving, I think, well, that's what we'd all like, isn't it? To be thriving. So yeah, we're going to put that here. Why has it gone blurry? You're the first one to go blurry. None of the others blurred. So I did say you might need to be looking into the water to get some sense of awareness or understanding, and maybe to become clear on something as well. We're going to get your tarot cards out next. Seriously, Scorpio, I feel really fatigued. I mean, I'm not saying that I wasn't already feeling the effects of doing 2 readings, because it does take energy, but it's like mega fatigue now. Anyway, Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising, what do we need to know? And I've noticed as well, I mean, I am having problems. I think the wire isn't connecting properly to the camera and the charger, so there's an issue there. But the charging is slowed down a lot more as well. So anyway, right, messages for Scorpio. Yep, okay, so that's good. Oh, you got the same one as Taurus, actually, which Taurus is opposite to you in the zodiac. So I'm going to put that there for now, because I've got a new spread and this is how I'm doing it. So I'm getting all the kind of underlying energies for the cards for the main spread first of all. It just helps me to lay them out a bit neater. doing it this way, although it's a bit weird. So I hope you can see what I'm doing there. And then these are like the main cards for the spread. So it's off the top. Well, Four of Swords, fatigue. So right, okay. So I'll read that message from the book first, and then we'll get into these cards properly. So thriving, it says, African savanna. In the African savanna lives the tree of life, the baobab tree. This is a prehistoric species that predates humans. It is over 200 million years old. It has adapted, survived, and thrived in a harsh environment. Is that what you've had to do? Adapt, survive, and thrive? Or at least adapt and survive. Maybe the thriving part hasn't come yet. In a harsh environment where so many other species have gone extinct. The baobab can live up to I hope I'm saying that right, by the way, can live up to 5,000 years and can reach almost 100 feet tall. It is a succulent, which means that in the rainy season, water again, it absorbs and stores water in its enormous trunk. This water helps it produce a nutrient-dense fruit in the dry season when the land is parched and arid. These remarkable plants provide shelter, food, and water for both animals and humans. It is one of the only plants in the world that doesn't drop its fruit where it would spoil. It stays on the branch where it dries out. When picked, the fruit has a 3-year shelf life. I have heard of the baobab before, actually, so I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I haven't used it myself, but I have heard of it. Right. The sacred landscape wants you to know, yeah, no shock in what is about to be said here. If you draw this card, you are a survivor. And not only do you survive, but you use situations that others might find challenging to thrive. You expand when others shrink. This may be the time to adapt to your circumstances rather than be overcome by them. You have a remarkable ability to step beyond any challenge. You are strong. Others may find shelter in your energy, and right now that's okay. Through giving to others, you are in turn nourished. This card may be urging you to step into the primordial, powerful, wild part of yourself. Doing this will increase your vitality and contribute to your overall well-being. So is this about going from, this might be your title already, we'll see what else comes out. Are you going from surviving to thriving? That fatigue energy, that's the energy that survivors feel, don't they? I mean, yes, they can get their energy back, but when you're in the process of surviving, or when you've only just completed a task of survival, you're knackered, aren't you? So, right, let's look at, okay, Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, decisions, weighing things up, weighing opportunities up, weighing paths up. Let's see what comes out for you. And this is your main, like the main focus, the heart of the matter. This may be a hard decision for you. I'm getting a bit of a pounding in my head. So you may have been racking your brains trying to figure something out. So what do we need to know for the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands? Right, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Ooh. I can think of one person this is relevant for already. Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. I mean, that is survival mode, isn't it? So, escape energy. And one more. So you might be thinking, how do I escape? How do I escape? Five of Wands can be chaos. It can be an energy of challenge and chaos. Eight of Pentacles, it's about what you focused on, what you put in your time, effort, and energy into. So work, obviously, Eight of Pentacles can be a work situation. But overall, it is whatever you are giving a lot of your time, energy, focus, and physical effort to, is it feeling kind of like a battlefield? And now you're trying to decide how to escape from that, how to escape from the chaos. Because it's that survival mode, isn't it? And you want to thrive, not just survive. So let's look at the next card. So this is the past energy. So past energy here, we've got the Four of Swords and the Ace of Cups. you may have needed, or at the very least acknowledge that you need a break from this. So okay, first of all, you may have needed to take breaks from this in the past to replenish your energy, to refill your cup. That water thing is coming through again. So that water can also be about filling your cup. I know I said I was looking in a bowl, but it could be thinking, how can I fill my cup? And it's a renewal, an energy of renewal, replenishment, purity, purification as well. So yeah, as I said, you might have had to have breaks from it in the past in order to fill your cup, or you may have been thinking already for quite a while, how can I gain fulfillment? How can I change this or move on from this, or what is it I need to do to gain a sense of fulfillment? So I'll get a bit more information on this. What else do we need to know here? So it's a past energy. Eight of Swords, feeling trapped. I mean, we've got the Seven of Swords here, which was a card of escape. So it's something that's, I can't even say it, restrictive. Or feeling restricted. It's either the situation's restricted and or it's that trying to figure a way out, or to do things differently, or to change things. It's like feeling like, I don't know how. I don't know. I don't see how to do this, how to make it work, or how to change it. Magician. Okay, I mean, that Magician is where you have everything you need to achieve something, to create something. So although you may have felt trapped, there is kind of a magician in you somewhere. And again, maybe, as I said, looking into the depths of your emotions, maybe the magician is down there somewhere, the part of you that can figure out a way to do this, to change things for the better, to thrive. We have Justice, and that's where you get what it is that's best for you, isn't it? Ace of Pentacles. You may have been trying to find your inner magician as well, and thinking to yourself, well, what do I have and that I can use to help me change this, to create a new opportunities for myself, and to make things right, to make things work in my best interest. Excuse me. So this is not something new. And with the Swords, what is Swords? Weeks. Something, what's happened apart from the full moon. Okay, yeah, I get it. I was going to say, because the Swords can represent weeks, and I was thinking, what's happened in the last 4 weeks that the 4 feel significant. So obviously we had the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces was on the 18th of September, which I felt so intensely. I haven't felt a full moon that intensely in a very long time. And then I think, so I'm recording this on the 26th of September, and 4 weeks ago, well, not quite 4 weeks ago, but within sort of the last 4 weeks, Pluto went retrograde in Capricorn, and yeah, that's significant. So with that, you may have sort of felt when that happened, more of an intense sense of I don't know, like survival mode, or an intense need to change things. Something I've said in the previous readings, the mid-September readings, I think it's like we may be reliving old stories, that's happened to me, so I can vouch for that. I've literally relived an old story that I've repeated multiple times over the years, so it's a bit ridiculous really, but you know, we live and we learn, don't we? So can't knock ourselves for that. But yeah, so that's something significant in the last 4 weeks that you may have really felt the pressure of, and really felt like, you know what, I want things to change, or things may have felt tougher. And yeah, right, 5 of Cups and the World. So this is the challenge, changing things 100%, going into a new cycle. You may have regrets, or you have got regrets here with the 5 of Cups. There may be grief involved emotionally. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. We have the 6 of Wands. One more. I was contemplating when that Queen of Swords came out, if it's a case of needing to acknowledge your truth and how you feel with the Page of Cups. I kind of think you have, even if you've only scratched the surface. I think you kind of already know, or at least have an inkling of what your truth is and how you really feel about the situation. Because even if it's just that you know that you want things to change, even if you don't know the specifics of how you feel and what your truth is, as soon as you think to yourself, I want things to change, that's at least the beginning of the recognition, isn't it? So I think maybe there's a need to go deeper into what your truth is and how you feel, because then that will help you into a new cycle. What else have we got? Six of Wands. I mean, that is thriving. That is thriving. Even the Four of Wands and Ace of Cups, it's about thriving, isn't it? So the challenge, I'd say the challenge is, how do I thrive? How do I use my truth and whatever it is that my heart wants to thrive, to feel fulfilled, to fill the cup, because that cup keeps on coming up. And the Four of Wands is a celebratory card, isn't it, as well? It's to do with your foundation, but it's also celebratory. So how do you build a foundation where it feels emotionally secure? Because we can be in situations where we are financially secure or physically secure, but do you feel emotionally secure? Or, I mean, I said I kept on feeling drained at the beginning of your reading. Feeling drained, if you're in a situation where you constantly feel drained, that's not emotional security, is it? So let's put these away. So the challenge is getting into the next, getting into a new cycle, moving out of that cycle, the Five of Cups cycle, into a new one. Oh God, I don't want to say this, but I'm kind of being pushed to say it. And I don't mean it in a derogatory way at all. It's not something I'd normally say. But with that Five of Cups, I know that a lot of readers may say, oh, it's the card of crying over spilt milk. And I hate saying that, because I feel like, look, if somebody's crying, unless they're doing it to be manipulative, people are usually not crying over spilt milk. They're crying because they feel like shit. So saying stop crying over spilt milk is a horrible thing to say to someone. But I kind of feel like saying there may be something with that Five of Cups where you have to get over yourself. I'm not sure how that is for you. It's like kind of the only thing I can compare it to is like, you know, like if you said you kind of got to get out of your own way, or like if you're stuck in if you were stuck in victim mode, or you were stuck in a cycle of self-pity. I mean, obviously, if we go through shit, we're allowed to feel sorry for ourselves for a bit. And if you go through a situation where you're a victim, you're allowed to acknowledge, I'm a victim. The problem is when you get stuck in that feeling or a cycle of that. So that's what I say when I say there's something where you may need to get over yourself. I don't mean it to insult you. I just mean it in, yeah, there's something where you may be stuck in a emotion or a frame of mind, and it's got to the point where it's not helping you now. I feel really cruel saying that. But I was pushed. I was like saying, I was in my mind saying, I don't want to say that, I don't want to say that. But maybe that'll resonate with someone. Maybe that's tough love that someone needs. Right, so Two of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles is, bear in mind, I'm still trying to work with this new spread. It's external factors, external influences. We've got the Two of Cups there and Knight of Pentacles. I think there may be something here where, in terms of external influences, there might be a bit of a challenge in terms of feeling understood or supported. I know I often say the Three of Cups is support, can be connected to support. But for me, the Two of Cups can connect to support as well. I mean, it can also be another additional interpretation is where whatever situation you feel like you're survival mode in, you may want to change things, you may want to move on into a new cycle. It can be, the external factor can be, well, how do I even connect with what I really want, with what does fill my cup, or what do I want to connect with, what do I commit to? So that's another thing that comes up as well. So Two of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Two of Pentacles, and it's there twice. It's actually, you got a lot of cards to do with choice. So you got a lot of twos in general. What's missing actually? We've got the Cups. So I feel like swords came up already, actually. Did swords come up? I don't know if swords has come up for you. The two of swords has come up, but you've got the cups, the pentacles, and the wands. So two of swords is missing, which... I mean, that's not a bad thing, really, because the two of swords is the only one out of the twos that is confused. So that's not a bad... It'll probably come up now that I've said that. That, to me, states that if it hasn't shown up yet, it means you're not confused. You're not ignoring how you feel necessarily. Like, you may not have gone to the full depths of how you feel, but you're not ignoring. Just as I said, it may be just that feeling alone of you want things to change, even if you haven't explored the whole spectrum and everything about that. I don't think there's confusion, and I don't think you're denying that you want to thrive instead of survive. Right, Two of Pentacles. So yeah, that can be the how do I do this? If you want to walk away from something, or if it's just that you want to get that ninth cup and be happy and thrive, how do I do that? What do I have to do that? And as I said, you may feel like you're not supported in that, and you may desire support, external support. And in terms of what you commit to or the next steps you take, you might not know what the next external steps are that you want to take or that you need to take to go towards it. Oh, there she is. After I said there's no confusion, the Two of Swords, I had a feeling she'd pop out after I said that. Right, Two of Swords, Four of Swords. If there is any confusion, it's about what to do. It's not about... there's no confusion around you thinking, oh, should I stay? Should I? Well, there could be, but not because you don't know what you want to do in terms of staying or going. It's just because you don't know how. You don't know how. And I think with that Four of Swords, it's like thinking it over. It may feel like you almost want a break. You may be having a break to think it over, actually, or you want a break. You want space and time to think things over and to come to a conclusion. Okay, I love that the Two of Swords came out after I said that. But yeah, I stand by what I said. I think you want to change. It's just how. The how is the bigger issue. Right, Five of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles. This is what is unknown or what you need to be more aware of. Okay, so Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, to me, it can be like a fear of poverty or losing your sense of security. And I mean, I'll get some clarifiers to give it more context and more information, but I think we have to know that we have so much power well, it sounds silly saying it because there are limitations to certain things, but we have more power than we realize in terms of how we can rebuild and create abundance. But if we're in a comfort zone or we're feeling restricted, it is going to seem impossible. And I'm not saying it's easy by any means whatsoever. I mean, it may even be a sacrifice that's involved here with that Five of Pentacles, but it's like the sacrifice can lead to greater abundance. And Ten of Pentacles abundance, it's a all-rounder. I know it's pentacles, so it's financial, but it's financial, it's security, it's stability, it's enjoyable, because sometimes it's a commitment, but it's something that you want to commit to long term, like legacy. So for me, Ten of Pentacles abundance is never just financial. There's a lot more to it than that. It's like your whole life. Your whole life feels abundant and secure for me with the Ten of Pentacles. And as I say, maybe a bit of a sacrifice and then fears around finances even, or practical security with the Five of Pentacles being there. So King of Pentacles, what did I say? I said that we don't realize that we have more power than we realize in terms of our ability to create abundance. That's the King of Pentacles energy. You have that within you. May not feel like it, but we have it within us. That we can be resourceful or use our resources wisely to create abundance. And security, right? We've got the Star. You got to have faith and hope. And I mean, you can't just pray alone for something or wish for something alone and then it'll happen. Obviously, you got to take practical steps as well, which is the King of Pentacles. Like, he has faith in himself. I think that's what it is. The Star and the King of Pentacles is that he has faith in himself. But he knows, he has faith, partly because he knows he's coming up with a plan and he's taking action towards things, and then he has the faith as well. It's not just literally him sitting on his ass praying and saying, oh, please let this happen, please let me get this money, please let me get this, that, the other, whatever. He knows that he has to put in the work as well, and he has faith in himself and I guess the universe and spirit and whatever, that he can make that happen. And he's there too, so this is your advice as well. So yeah, he's there twice. See, there's the fear again with the Five of Pentacles, fear of poverty, wow, come up again. Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, it's the fear of loss, and I'm not knocking you for that at all. Shall I let you tell you? I think I usually tell you my secrets as well, don't I, Scorpio? I told Gemini my secret, I'll tell you my secret too. So basically, I started a brand new job. Honestly, I did not want to apply for a job in that field at all, because it's just the complete opposite of who I am, and it's a much more chaotic type of environment than I'm a peaceful, calm person. I like peace and quiet. I like to be able to think calmly and figure things out, and I can work really hard, but I need my time and space to figure things out, and I need structure and blah blah blah. And I picked something that was going to be chaotic, and I did it to please someone else. Frankly, I was people pleasing. I was trying to be the good girl. I didn't want to go for anything in that field at all, but I was just trying to satisfy someone else. And I applied for it. When I got the interview, a message saying they were going to give me the interview, I was like, thinking to myself, I do not want to do this, but I felt obligated to do it. So I did the interview, put on the mask, was a good girl, said everything right, put on the smiley face. And not to say that I was faking the smiley face, but I did everything that I was supposed to do. I knew they were going to give me this job. I was praying to God, please don't give me this job. I didn't want it. I was like, please let me find it. There was another opportunity that I wanted before that actually, and I kind of didn't get that, but I was told to sort of hold fire and that I might get contacted at a later date for the other opportunity, which did happen. But unfortunately, I'd already signed up for this one that I didn't want. So yeah, I did the interview, got the job, even though I didn't want it. And throughout the whole process, even before applying, I knew this was not right for me and I didn't want it, but I went along with it anyway to people please, and because I felt obligated. And basically, I lasted 2.5 weeks in the job. It's not my typical MO. Usually, even if I go into something and I never wanted to do it in the first place, or I hate it when I'm doing it, I'll stick it out and stick it out and stick it out until I either break down physically and mentally, or I get so pissed off, I kind of go on a rant and I'm like, this is ridiculous, I'm not doing this anymore. And it usually takes me a lot longer to get to that point. But this job, as I say, I lasted 2.5 weeks, and the decision I made was a very two of one's decision. If you go by the definition of, there's a book for the Thoth Tarot, and their definition in there says it's where you have a choice to make, and you make a decision from a place of power and balance. And I feel that this time I made my decision from a place of power and balance. I already trusted my intuition. I knew how I felt. I observed, I gave 100%, I tried, and I calmly told myself, I had it in my mind every day, I don't want to do this, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right. So when I decided to go, it was a very calm, yeah, this isn't right for me. I'm not right for this isn't right for me, I'm going. I wasn't angry, I wasn't mega stressed, it was just a very calm, balanced decision. Why am I even telling you this story? I'm just letting you in on my secrets. I was scared, because obviously I do want financial security, but there was such a power, look, she's there as well, the High Priestess, that's how I was. It was such a powerful knowing that this isn't right, that I couldn't ignore it. And I've relived this story. This is what I'm talking about with the whole Pluto thing, because it's in my 6th house. I've relived this story with work so many times, and I've stayed and stayed and stayed and worn myself out. Like I've been in survival mode for so long that it's just worn me out and worn me down. And I was like, I'm not doing this again. I knew straight away, and I listened to my intuition. And yeah, I've got plans and strategies in place and everything. But yeah, I don't even know why I chose to tell you that story. I think it's because of the whole fears with the Five of Pentacles. It's like I've had to sacrifice this, and hopefully now I'm walking towards a greater sense of abundance. I'm not necessarily talking about the financial side of things, but just overall abundance, where I've kind of cleared the path. I've cleared the path for me, so that I can move forward into something that is more in alignment. And I know not everybody has that privilege, and we all have bills to pay. So you have to use your own discernment and work with your own resources and, you know, make your own decision in that sense of what's right for you. But yeah, I think I was in a bit of that. Well, I think I must be in that King of Pentacles and Star energy to do something like that, because that's not, yeah, that's it's a new version of myself. So yeah, take that story and do whatever you will with it. So yeah, the point is there's fear here, and what we're looking at, what's hidden, but you can be that King of Pentacles with the Star energy. You can overcome and you can release the fear, and you may have to sacrifice something to get to that Ten of Pentacles energy, the all-round abundance. Right, so two people out of the signs, two zodiac signs have gotten the secret. Right, we're going to move on to this. This is the future energy now. So we've got the High Priestess, the Ten of Swords. For me, so with the High Priestess, you may do what I did. You may decide whatever your situation is. Your intuition may be so powerful that you're like, F this, I'm out, peace out. That may happen. It might be that, or I think it's a similar energy where your intuition is so strong again, but you may find a better way out than I did. So the Ten of Swords, it can be a painful ending, or it can be an end to something painful. I know that sounds like the same thing, but it's very similar. But you might be a lot calmer, and well, I said I was calm, wasn't I? Yeah. So you might do it my way actually. Maybe not. It's not a 2.5 week situation, but your intuition might tap you into a way to get out of this, to put an end to it in a way that's really beneficial to you. I mean, the way I did it is beneficial to me. Well, I say that now until I have to deal with more consequences later down the line. But hopefully not. I'm having faith. But yeah, it's a way out. Either way, it's your intuition giving you a way out in the future. It's a future energy. So what else do we need to know about this? And again, that water thing, water's there, the water, there's something about the water, right? 5 of Cups. Let's see what else comes after that. 2 of Wands. I said I made a 2 of Wands decision. Let's see what else comes up. I'm intrigued by this now. 5 of Swords. And the Tower. So basically, when I've told this story, I said that I was the Tower. Because I was the one that tore everything down, basically. So you may have to be that. I mean, it could potentially be that something, I'm not trying to scare you, something could happen that tears it down if you don't make a decision. But would you prefer for something to tear it down, or do you want to be the Tower? I'm asking it as a genuine question. I'm not being sarcastic or anything. Again, use your own discernment. One person's method of doing things, like my method of doing things, might not be the best for someone else. But these are future energy, so something will change. The 5 of Swords, it could be you where you get a bit ruthless and you're like, fuck this, I'm out, and then you tower the situation yourself. There is the possibility it could be some sort of external energy that does it for you. Either way, you're moving away from that 5 of Cups. Where was that? Was that here somewhere? You're moving away from that 5 of Cups. Let me get something for the Tower just to see. The Fool. Okay, so is it in reverse? Reverse. Okay, I think I get what that means actually. I think it means that, again, you have the choice. You can either be the Tower, or the choice will be taken out of your hands. It's not a threat. I'm not saying it as a threat, by the way. It might sound like one, but it's not a threat. It's just that's what it reads as to me. Knight of Cups. To me, the Fool in reverse is where the choice gets taken out of your hands. But this is not me saying it's set in stone. It's giving you a heads up from now of what can happen. Can I see a time frame in this? Because sometimes it's hilarious. What happened was I was kind of saying in one of my readings, oh, I don't give predictions around time because I don't want to give people false hope. And then I did a personal reading for a family member, and I gave a specific time, and I said, I just feel like it could happen in 3 days. I don't know why the cards are looking like it was Pentacles, it was 3 of Pentacles or something. And I know Pentacles is more along the lines of months or years. And I said, it feels like 3 days. I don't know why. Lo and behold, 3 days later, something significant happened with that person, in that person's situation. So I'm starting to bring times into it now because it feels significant. The 2 of Pentacles is standing out, I'll be honest, and you got a shitload of 2s in here. So maybe within 2 months, possibly 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 days if you want to push it there to that level, but within 2 months. From now until 2 months, something significant could happen here. Feel free to share if it happens in that time frame. It just gives me confirmation. But you're getting so many twos, that's standing out to me. Right. So yeah, it's either the choice is taken, or you tower yourself and you become the fool and follow the Knight of Cups, which is your heart. It's how you feel about things. So I know your reading is getting longer than I intended. I'm trying to keep them to around about 30 minutes because that's what I like to keep them to. I mean, I don't mind reading for longer, but I like that time. I like 30 minutes or so. So final bit of advice. King of Pentacles, the devil, I didn't talk. I think this is you. You need to be in the King of Pentacles energy to overcome the devil. The devil is the fears. The devil is what holds you back. You got to trust yourself, trust your resourcefulness. Have faith. Ace of Wands. And that's sometimes for me, the Ace of Wands is like its will, its power. And all of the kings have that, don't they? I mean, I know the King of Wands is the one that has it the most, being the King of Fire or the King of Wands, but all of the kings have their own, they rule their own empire, so they have to have some degree of will. You've got the Lovers, you've got the Seven of Pentacles. Choices again with the Lovers. What are you going to choose? And then you have the Hierophant. Let me just get something for the Hierophant. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, Four of Cups, Three of Pentacles, the World, and the Six of Swords. I'm hearing leaving the establishment with the Hierophant. It can also be about using, you know, where you've learned from the situation and using what you've learned through the environment, through the situation, through how you feel about it, what you think about it, using all of that to change everything, because you want to get out of Four of Cups, don't you? You want a Three of Pentacles situation where there's something stable that you can commit to, and it's a collaboration that feels healthy. Three of Pentacles for me is a healthy collaboration. That's a new cycle. You move on, you get your peace back. But yeah, I did get leaving the establishment as well. But again, there's learning to be had from it too. The Seven of Pentacles, I mean, it's choices again, isn't it? Seven of Pentacles, you are assessing what can I feel like it's almost saying, where else can I invest my time and energy? Because clearly it looks like you don't want to invest it where you currently are, because you're just in survival mode. Or the way you're doing it now is in survival mode. So how can I better invest my time and energy? And the Lovers for me, it's more, in this reading, it's more about the choice. And I mean, you want to choose something that feels good. You don't want to choose something that feels like shit. So yeah, it's using that King of Pentacles energy to overcome any fears and restrictions. Let's get you some final advice. Can I just have one card, please, from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck? Just one, please. One card, please. One for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. No, too many. I mean, we've got Let Spirit Be Your Guide. The deck is mixed up as well, but I don't know how I've managed to do that. Let's try that again. One card for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Right, yeah, I love that. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. I mean, image-wise, because I like artwork, image-wise, I wouldn't say it's my favorite image out of all of the images in the deck, but I love the principle of it. And I'll read the message for you. And it's a 19, which is 9, 10 endings, and then the 10 goes back to a 1, doesn't it? So I think you may be ending an old story, and if that's what you want, then I really wish you all the best with it. So 19, Dog Spirit, be loyal to what you love. So Dog Spirit appears to remind you that although change is a part of life and all of us are meant to evolve, our love and commitments remain strong. You are loved now and can trust that this higher love is true. Spirit loves you, and love has arrived in many forms now, manifesting in the people you surround yourself with, expressed uniquely through them. Dark Spirit also says, be true to that which you love. And I'll just point out that's going to be yourself, hopefully, first and foremost. You love yourself, be true to yourself first. So for now is a time of good fortune. Be steady as you recognize that people and things are always transforming. Your heart is loving and true, and Dark Spirit wants you to know that your steadfast commitment to experiencing and expressing love will attract and manifest more love. You deserve all of it. Have faith in Spirit's plan for you. Where it says your steadfast commitment to experiencing love, is that if you're in survival mode, you're not experiencing love, are you? You're not really committed to experiencing love if you're stuck in a shitty situation and you haven't figured out a way to change that. So just pointing that out, right? I'm not trying to force anyone to leave their job here, by the way, or leave any situation. Just because obviously you got to decide for yourself if that's best for you or if you can do things a different way. But that's important. Are you committed to experiencing love as well as expressing it? Anyway, protection message says, loyalty to people and situations can turn into attachment that results in stagnation, enmeshment, and loss of integrity. That's the devil. Do you fear what will happen if you let a relationship evolve? Are you afraid that asking for a situation to change will make others see you as disloyal? Trust that when Dark Spirit appears, you are meant to accept the turning of the wheel of life and the changing of fortunes. If you feel you are being betrayed or are growing apart from someone, let Dark Spirit reconnect you with your commitment to love in all its forms. Perhaps a relationship is meant to evolve. Perhaps you are meant to evolve too, so that you can experience the growth for which your soul yearns. Your greatest loyalty is to love, so be open to all its many guises, including self-love. You deserve the best, and that is what Spirit wants for you. So I love that message. So again, I keep thinking the tower's in my head. So again, that thing about whether or not you're going to be the tower, and the tower, it isn't always about leaving a situation. Sometimes it can be that you're the one that initiates the transformation of a situation. So you're in it still, but you somehow use your power to change everything and obliterate the old way of how it was or how it was done. So yeah, I think the question, and I think it might be the title of your video, is, will you be the tower? Will you be the tower? I'm not telling you to do that, I'm just asking it. So again, bear in mind, new moon solar eclipse in Libra, 2nd of October, Pluto going direct in Capricorn, 12th of October. I wish you all the best with everything, Scorpio. I actually really love reading for you. I know your readings can get mega intense, but I like it because I like to go deep. Anyway, I'll be back in a couple of weeks for the mid-monthly check-ins. Wishing you all the best for October. See you next time. Take care.